Continuing on from last episode, I've got a little bit. I was a little bit heated from Beatrice's entrance there, but still, I accepted the deal in part that saved me from those sad, painful days at St. Lucia Academy. It was the thing called magic, and I received Maria's introduction to the basics.
広大な空間をイメージ。峠のドライブインから麓を見下ろした時の風景。こう
I projected that scene from my memory in my mental world. Normal girls get over their fascination with magical girls when they leave elementary school. So serious training to use magic at this age was embarrassing even for me. Even that embarrassed feeling felt pleasant to me now. Right then I was learning mental concentration from Maria and Ange in order to use magic. It wasn't going very well. It was about as hopeless as teaching a person to wiggle their ears by showing them, and expecting to learn anything at all from their demonstration. It seemed that you need to imagine a vast space to gain the mental concentration for using magic. So I remember the time from my younger days when my family had gone on a small vacation. I had looked down towards the base from a viewing platform at rest, stop on a peak, and I tried painting this scene in my mental world.
まだまだ狭い。もっともっと広い空間をイメージして。そしてエンジェだけの心象世界を作り上げるの。まだまだイメージが霞んでる。空気に温度もないし、風もない、匂いもない。まだまだ世界が希薄。それらは後でもいいから、今はとにかくもっと広い世界をイメージして。ウリュウ。
Sakatara.
どうして広い空間のイメージが必要なの？人間の体内には生まれながらにして魔法を妨げる毒素があるんだよ。その毒素を浄化しないと魔法はうまく使えないの。そのために有効な方法の一つが広大な空間をイメージすることなんだよ。さっきは飛行機の窓から見た世界を思い描いたけど、それもダメだったわ。もっと広大な世界なんて見当もつかない。ならマリアの持つ広大な世界をエンジェにも教えてあげればいいよ。そしたらエンジェにもイメージがしやすくなるんじゃない？ウリュウ。そうね。私もお姉ちゃんはどんな世界をイメージして魔法を使ってるのか興味があるわ。私もそれを参考にする。ダメだよ。心象世界は広大で、そして孤独じゃないといけないの。自分以外に一切遮るものがない世界。だから、その世界を人に教えたら、その世界は孤独ではなくなってしまう。だから、心象世界は誰にも明かしちゃダメなの。だからエンジェも上手に心象世界を描けたら、それは自分だけの秘密の世界にするんだよ。ウリュウ。マリアケチンボ。ありがとう、サク太郎。修行に近道なしってわけだわ。努力してみる。大丈夫。ヒントは十分もらえてるわ。ウリュウ、エンジェ、頑張れ。
Until recently, I thought there was no way something like magic could save me. After all, magic doesn't exist in this world. That kind of thing. That kind of thing's supposedly nothing more than an illusion, a delusion, a daydream. However, Maria and Ange showed me that she could fill her own world with happiness using a power that's impossible for me. I used to look down on that happiness as something empty. Because I didn't believe in magic, I also denied everything else, refusing to believe in the happiness that magic gave birth to. But slowly, bit by bit, Maria and Ange's world grew happier. In the past, I disparaged it, thinking it too pitiful to look at. But it might have been nothing more than jealousy. I was forced to admit that. And now, this was my first step in my search for happiness. A vast space, a dry wind that could blow without being blocked by anything. Let me feel that wind blowing through my own hair. I see, even the ground might get in the way as I am now. Then I don't need a ground. Brush the ground away, downwards, downwards. She's building her own Minecraft server In other words, it was as though it had floated up, leaving the ground far behind, pushing the ground further and further downwards. The ground grew foggy and faint, and for the first time it began to feel like the sky. Oh my god, that's scary. Then I understood its vastness. That instant I felt a vivid wind go right through even my body. In other words, blowing through me without any resistance.
そう、その感覚を維持して。ええ、わかる。すべての妨げから解放されてるのがわかる。やったエンジェ、やったエンジェ、魔女の世界への最初の第一歩を踏み出した。これが魔女の世界。うん、じゃあエンジェがずっと望んできた魔法を練習してみよう。お友達を呼び出す魔法。エンジェを寂しさから救い出してくれる味方を作り、それによって幸せになる魔法を。エンジェにも僕みたいなお友達が呼び出せるの？うりゅうりゅう今のエンジェにはゼロの海からサクタロほどの友達を呼び出すにはまだまだ早いね。最初は呼び出しやすい友達から練習しよう。はあ、最初は何を
Oh, so this is Saint Lucia. Oh my god. It's so confusing.
エンジェはマリアージュ・ソルシエールの魔女だから。
Still, I'm following it. I'm following the story.
同盟の魔女が刺激する存在はエンジェもまた刺激することが許されてる。例えばサクタロは私の友達だけど、同じ同盟のエンジェにとっても友達で、今度試しにサクタロを呼び出してみて。寂しくて辛い時、サクタロがきっと元気づけてくれるよ。
I see. Could call Saktaro a being employed by Onichan. So a witch in the same alliance as her, it's possible for me to summon Saktaro as well. I met Saktaro's gaze. How pleasant it would be to have him just there by my pillow, so he could talk to me a bit on lonely nights.
私が呼びかけたら、あなたが現れて話し相手になってくれる？
Oh my god, her face is so... Oh man.
ウリュウ、エンジェが呼び出してくれるのを楽しみにしてる。ウリウリウリュウ。
I feel so bad. Looking happy, Saktaro pressed his head against me like a cat. Suddenly getting a cute younger brother felt a bit confusing, a bit embarrassing, and a bit nice. Unable to understand why I couldn't honestly accept this feeling, I felt tears well up in my eyes.
お姉ちゃん、私頑張るわ。じゃあ練習をしてみよう。同じ同盟の魔女ベアトリーチェの家具を呼び出してみよう。ベアトリーチェの家具。
Oh, hearing Beatrice's name gave me a slightly strange feeling. Looking to the crown on Rokkenjima, the public kept going on and on in a frenzy about how it was a sacrifice ceremony performed by a witch. And that witch was Beatrice. So if the witch did commit that crime, I would make her the culprit who stole my family from me. However, Maria Necha said that Beatrice was a good witch. If I held negative emotions towards Beatrice, she'd get mad, leading to a nasty fight. I refused to talk for a while. At this moment, Onecha was my only close friend. So to avoid worsening her mood, I decided to think of Beatrice as nothing more than Onechan's magical teacher. Also, I believed that the crime was a conspiracy cooked up by Aunt Eva. Would definitely expose the truth about that someday.
エンジェ、また体内に妨げが混じってるよ。ごめんなさい。集中を書いたわ。もう一度。
I expect no less from you, One-chan. You'd instantly notice I was being overcome with idle thoughts. After shaking my head just once, I reimagined the wind blowing through vast space.
煉獄の七姉妹。
Oh.
なんだか物騒な名前ね。でもとっても賑やかで楽しい子たちだよ。エンジェの新しいお友達になってくれるかもしれない。
So this is where she met Mammon.
まずは私が呼び出してみせるね。見てて。
One-chan lifted both hands up to the level of her head and quietly unified her mind. A state I wasn't able to reach except by meditating for a long period of time. She reached in the span of a few quick breaths. Then a pale light began to gather in her palms, and one by one the girls began to show themselves. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3 people. 4, 5, 6, 7 people. The way they were summoned one after another in line was a masterpiece. Incredible. Just like the illustrations in Donation's grimoire, the 7 Sisters of Purgatory. The younger sisters were behind the eldest, Lucifer, who saluted Donation.
煉獄の七姉妹、ここにマリア卿、ご無沙汰を申し上げております。
久しぶりだね。みんなも元気？
我ら家具は刺激されてこそ家具。久しぶりのお呼び出しを心より光栄に思います。
サク太郎！
Oh my god.
相変わらず美味しいじゃなかった。かわいい。
Oh my god.
私が一番。今日も
Oh my
服が
god.
プニプニしててかわいい。私にも抱かせて、私にも抱かせて。
Oh my god.
苦しい。僕は逃げないから離してみんな。
I'm already imagining the hentai. Oh no.
マリア卿の家具を壊す気？とにかく離れなさいよ。抱きしめるの禁止。そう言ってるサタン姉が一番抱きしめたがっ
Oh
てる
my
よ。
god, Belphagore's face.
私は別にあんなふかふかのプニプニのワフワフなんて興味ないんだから。こら、マリア卿とエンジェ様の御前よ。静かになさい、この愚昧ども。
So they already know Ange. I'm so confused. They were so energetic. I was shocked by their sudden burst of activity right after they appeared. And then on top of that, I was surprised that the innocent Saktara was such a good terms with the 7 sisters.
意外。
This only leads to one thing.
サク太郎があんな物騒な連中にこんなに可愛がられてるなんて。
shady people.
同じ同盟の仲間たちだもん。怖くなんかないよ。でも万が一彼女らの機嫌を損ねちゃったら、サク太郎あっという間にやられちゃいそう。
They could finish Saktaro in other ways.
大丈夫。同盟の魔女とその家具はみんな
You
仲
should know
良
what
し
I
なの。
mean.
だから
Oh
サ
man,
ク太郎も
I want
安心して遊べるの。
I want the doujinshi now.
それはもちろん私や
I need
エン
it.
ジェも同じだよ。
It was one of the pacts of Mariage Sorcière. Mutual non-aggression and non-interference. Remember, witches must respect each other's magic and creations. Even the sisters, who were normally shady and belligerent, treated fellow alliance members as friends. So to the 7 sisters, Saktara was a mutual friend. I don't think he was loved by all of them, and they were even trying to steal him away from each other. The scene as they squeezed him and loved him was a bit charming.
なるほど。
I don't
マリ
think...
アージュ・ソルシエールの仲間同士なのね。
At a glance, you think that Saktara's casual atmosphere and the 7 sisters' shady one would be like water and oil. It looked like they definitely wouldn't be compatible. And yet they were interacting in a friendly way, like it was completely natural. If this wonderful alliance could join all the people in the world together, I wonder if everyone in the world would be able to become friends right away.
七姉妹のみんな聞いて。今エンジェは魔法の修行中なの。だからみんなの力を貸してほしいの。
かしこまりました、マリア卿。しかし具体的には何を？
君たちを権限させる魔力を私からエンジェに移す。その状態でいつも彼女の身近にいてあげてほしいの。彼女の話し相手になったりしてあげるだけでいい。
恐れながらエンジェ様の魔力では私たち七姉妹すべてを四六時中呼び出し続けるのは容易なことではないかと。
The eldest sister, Lucifer, gazed at my complexion as she advised this, speaking reservedly. In other words, she was saying that the burden might be heavy for me at this point in time.
そういう修行なの。エンジェはみんなが想像しているより才能と魔力があるよ。 ちょっぴり辛いかなとは思うけど、今のエンジェなら挑戦する価値はあると思う。エンジェ、今から彼女たちを権限させる魔力を君に切り替える。つまりエンジェが呼び出したのと同じ状態になるの。
So what Mayor Nature was trying to say was something like this. To keep the Seven Sisters materialized, you are continuously burdened with a significant amount of magical power. Maybe you could say that it was like training while wearing a weighted wristband.
ウリュウ、七姉妹全員
You know
は
what's
かな
sad?
り大変。
Is that she's reading a page of a book instead. And that page details the information about the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. And Ange wonders if she could be friends with one of them. Wow. With all of them instead. She's just reading a few pages in a book and wants them to be real.
エンジェ、いきなりは厳しくない？ありがとう、サク太郎。でも魔女になるための修行だしね。やれるところまでやってみるわ。
This is very sad. Seven of them certainly do seem boisterous. But even though this is for training, having them with me will surely distract me from my loneliness. At least a little. I understood it would be an ordeal, but I wanted to give it a shot.
もしも辛かったら無理をしないでね。みんなもエンジェが辛そうだったら加減してあげて。
かしこまりました。わかったね、あんたたち。はい、お姉様。それではエンジェ様、これより我ら煉獄の七姉妹はエンジェ様の家具となります。マリア卿、お願いいたします。
It seems that you can see Mammon there looking a bit displeased. She doesn't like it at all.
じゃあエンジェ、始めてもいい？いいわ。ちょっと緊張する。ウリュウ、いきなりは辛いかも。頭痛になりそうだったらすぐに魔力を減らしてね。じゃあ魔力ソースをエンジェに移すよ。
Passing of the torch. In an instant, the inside of my head felt very heavy. Yeah, it's tough. Till then, the inside of my head had been only used for myself. It was almost like it was now being used for several other people. I just stood there and blinked once or let out a single sigh that would put a strong pressure on my head.
マリア卿、恐れながら、やはり一度に七姉妹全員の負荷は重すぎるかと。
大丈夫。やっぱりダメかな。権限に全勢力を使っちゃってる。日常生活と両立できないほどの負荷じゃ意味がない。何しろ魔女としてこれじゃちょっと優雅じゃないね。ウリュウ、だからいきなりこんなに大勢は無理だって言った。みんな少し姿を消してあげて。
そうね、人数を減らした方が良さそう。アスモ、姿を消しなさい。
また私？
Oh my god, the youngest.
末っ子いじめ反対。たまには上から消えてよ。
それじゃあ私が2番目に消えなきゃならないじゃない。やだやだやだアスモもレビアネーも騒がないの。そういう騒ぎが余計エンジェ様の負担になるのよ。
Oh my god, your screaming isn't
あんたが騒ぐ
helping.
のも負担になるのよ、バカサタン。
Oh my god. Seven sisters started arguing over who should raise themselves first. The energy from that fight all became a burden, forcing Ange to bear an even greater headache. In the end, they decided the other with rock, paper, scissors, and 1, 2, 3 of them disappeared. But even at that level, Ange was still far from comfortable. In the end, once six of them had raised themselves, I was finally able to calm my breathing. A magical power. Forget the Seven Sisters. Just one person is my limit. And the one left is Mammon. Yes.
これじゃあ七姉妹じゃなくて私一人じゃないですか。
Oh my god, this is gonna be great. Oh man, I would prefer to be Belphegor because she's my favorite, but still, Mammon is perfect for being greed.
エンジェ様、ちょっと頼りないです。
Oh, okay, I'm gonna like this. Mammon, who had won all of the rock, paper, scissors matches and was permitted to remain until the end, grumbled.
ウリュウ、マモン、そんなこと言っちゃダメ。エンジェはまだまだ修行中。大丈夫、エンジェ。頭痛、大丈夫？
Saktara stretched up on his tiptoes, trying to pat Ange's head. Watching this, Maria scratched her head, acknowledging that his son training had been too difficult.
ちょっと荒行すぎたかな。マリア、これくらいなら全然平気だけど、友達いっぱいいればいるほど楽しいし。
お姉ちゃんの凄さを改めて思い知るわ。
Apparently, when one reaches Marionation's class, one can summon enough people to perform in an orchestra. For a witch apprentice, that's awe-inspiring.
大丈夫ですか？エンジェ様。
ごめんなさいね。私にはあなた一人を呼び出すのがやっとみたい。
まあ、私はこれでもいいかな。
Oh my god, okay, I'm gonna like it.
7姉妹で私だけがエンジェ様の家具を独り占めだし。いかがですか？エンジェ様。私一人なら不可にはなりませんか？
Oh my god, I'm gonna like this a lot.
あなた一人ならなんとかね。
よかったならいっぱい修行していっぱい魔力を養ってください。そしていつかきっと7姉妹で揃ってお仕えさせてください。約束ですよ。
After confirming that for the time being, her own materialization wasn't causing any issues. Mammon immediately became cheery again and tried to make me promise to work harder. I see, that definitely fits with her being greed. But maybe you could also call it having a positive attitude.
約束するわ。そのくらいはいつかできなくちゃね。
ありがとう、エンジェ様。この強欲のマモン、その日まで必ずエンジェ様にお仕えします。
My head had finally abated, and I relaxed both hands, which had been clutching at my head. What I realized about the Seven Sisters? They might be personifications of the witch's 7 sins instead of being real people. For example, Beatrice and now Ange. So Ange's greedy. That's what it's saying right here. And Mammon stuck out her hand, helping me stand back up.
ウリュウ、あ、マリア、エンジェ、もうこんな時間だよ。もう部屋に戻らないと叱られる。
Oh, she's in a bathroom. I hadn't expected Saktara to talk about the time. I was brought back to reality. As though the light had disappeared, the vast world sunk into the darkness. I was in a tiny, tiny bathroom stall, sitting on a toilet. Legends Grimoire was open in my lap. Oh man, I looked at the clock. It was almost 8 at night, time for lights out. If I had shown up late for the roll call before lights out, not only would things get pretty annoying, but it would cause trouble for my roommates and floor mates. I couldn't care less about causing them trouble, but I don't want them messing around with me later. Sigh. My free time by myself is already over for today. I'll leave, wake up, tomorrow will begin, and another long, long, grey-colored day will repeat again. Closed the grimoire and rose from the toilet seat. At that time, Onechin appeared again and spoke. Oh, she can now see.
ほら、エンジェ、修行を忘れてるよ。マモンを連れて行って。
I'd forgotten. The moment I'd returned to reality, Mammon's materialization had stopped. One more time I created a strong image of the existence of Mammon in my mind.
もう、エンジェ様ったらひどいです。いきなり私を消すなんて。そんなんじゃ、7姉妹を全員呼ぶなんて、なかなかできませんよ。
ごめんなさい。うっかりしてたわ。
人間界に権限するのはすごい久しぶりなので、何から何まで興味深いです。ちょっぴりワクワクしてます。ここはどこですか？
聖ルチーア学園の寮。ここはその共用トイレの個室。
各部屋にトイレはあるから、ここには誰も来ない。静かで、本を読むにはちょうどいいの。ここの寮は本を読むにも、トイレの個室に隠れなきゃならないの？文書でもやってるんですか？
Oh my god. I had two-person room, so my roommate was always there. Ooh, our relationship is gloomy, and it feels like I'm always getting ignored. I see. Atmosphere is bad, so I really can't relax there. And as long as I'm not there, she can do what she likes, call her friends over and chat away. It's more convenient for them too if I don't return until just before lights out. There's also a library, but there's a group that uses it as a meeting place. They're always talking behind my back, so I don't like to go there. During lunch, it's the bushes behind the school building. During the night, it's the stalls in the shared bathroom in the dorms. Oh man. Those are the only hideaways where I can find peace. I opened the door to the stall and went out. Turned around, signaling with my eyes for Mammon to come with me.
よくわからないけれど、エンジ様にとってとても快適とは言い難い場所だってことが分かったわ。早く表に出ましょう。ここの空気、嫌い。そう、ここの空気が一番まともなんだけどね。
When I left the bathroom and entered the corridor, because it was near lights out, several kids had gone to play in other rooms or dashing back to their own. When it came time for lights out, we had changed into uniform pajamas that we hated and call it prison clothes. Saint Lucia! Line up in the hallways and go through the dorm leader's roll call. On the off chance that someone was late, we will take collective responsibility, and all of the floor mates would have to undergo punishment in the form of volunteer work. Saint Lucia! As long as I avoided this, the girls would look at me coldly, but they wouldn't get in my way. That alone was enough for me. I don't look at the passing kids and their furnishings of the dorm with interest. Without paying her any particular attention, I hurried back to my room. In front of my room was my roommate, who had already changed into her prison clothes, chatting with some kids from the room next door. When they noticed me hurrying back, the topic of the conversation noticeably changed. They lowered their voices, stealing glances at me. I acted like I didn't notice, went to my room, and changed. Then I hastily went out into the corridor. Everyone was already lined up. Oh my god.
何これ？おかしい。ここってお嬢様学校じゃないの？刑務所みたい。バカみたい。やっぱりそうよね。私もそう思ってるわ。刑務所よりさらに厳しい点は、素行が良くても刑期が短くならない点かしら。
After mouthing the place, I noticed something. Having someone to listen to your complaints feels surprisingly good. Fortunately, Mammon's form can only be seen by her summoner, me. Of course, there was no need to speak out loud for this conversation. All I had to do was speak my mind, so no one could listen in. Magic and the friends it creates might actually not be so bad.
こいつら、揃いも揃ってもやしみたい。生きてないって感じ。やめなさいよ。毎日姿を見られたら大変よ。夢も希望もかけらほどもない人間なんて、半魔法の塊だもの。私の姿なんて、絶対に見えるわけが、見ることもできない。下等生物どもが。
Oh man.
あなたは、その半魔法の毒素を持つ人間たちが、これほどいる中でも平気なの？エンジェ様が、私を権限させてくださる限りは平気です。ただ、私を権限するために、常に集中しなければならないでしょうから、日常生活がおろそかになる可能性がありますよ。ほら、同室の子に呼ばれてません？あ。後ろ宮さん、聞こえてる？来週からの終盤なんだけどさ。
She's probably trying to push a few more chores onto me. My roommate, who never even looked at me in the eye normally, was smiling at me unpleasantly. Ah, no, I wouldn't. But it'd be easier to have the weekly duty pushed onto me alone rather than doing it together with her. It's a small price to pay to have her continue to ignore me non-stop. I wouldn't, I'm sorry. Even so, with a completely shameless excuse, she sidestepped the issue for some reason and insisted on flipping the situation around, as though I should have come forward and done it of my own initiative. Oh god, it's even worse. One of the special traits of this academy that it's full of girls who don't know how to ask a favor.
何この子、ムカつく。眉間に思いっきり私の杭をねじ込んでやりたい。
I'm just like Mammon. I'm just like Mammon.
そうね。ぜひ今度お願いするわ。
Ooh, yeah. Having a friend nearby all the time to complain to makes me happier than I thought it would. It really was lively with all the seven sisters gathered together. I'm sure just watching them mess around a lot will be a lot of fun. Once again, enough magical parts, summon all seven sisters at once and soon. And then I'll keep training more and more and more, and finally summon the thing I really want to find.
エンジェ様が本当に召喚したいものって何ですか?
Mammon noticed my conversation with myself inside my head and asked about it blankly. I hesitated to talk about it, but then figured that was...
それってつまり、
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh man.
エンジェ様が本当に召喚したいものって何ですか?
Mammon noticed my conversation with myself inside my head and asked about it blankly. I hesitated to talk about it, but then figured there was no reason to hide it and told her.
家族よ。お父さん、お母さん、お兄ちゃん。
それってつまり死者の魂? 異界の住人を呼び出すのは召喚だけど、死者の魂を呼び戻すのは反言で、それは全くの別物。反言はかなりの大魔法のはずですよ。
Okay. I know, so much that even Marionation can't do it at all. But that's the one thing I want to find with magic the most. I've been warned that it's very difficult, high-level magic. So great that, in the worst case, I might not necessarily reach that point, even after training for my whole life. Furthermore, I have no vessel. A vessel is vital for making magic succeed, whether it's summoning or resurrection. Because I don't have that, a magic that would already have been difficult is now hopeless. That's right, I had nothing to remember that or Mammon by. However, by an extraordinary coincidence, I do have something to remember just Onichian by. And that's this.
そのピンクの玉の頭飾り? 何それ? 言っちゃ悪いけど、エンジェ様にはちょっと安物っぽい。
昔、お父さんに内緒で、お母さんと一緒にお兄ちゃんに会って、遊園地に遊びに行ったことがあるの。そこのクレーンゲームの景品。
I know it's cheap, I realize that it doesn't match my style, and get that it's too childish. This hair accessory is the only thing that makes me feel as though Battler Onichian is by my side. Wingless, the glass case had been filled with plastic capsules packed with fun-looking things. It seemed that each capsule had some cute accessory in it. The game was to grab those with a crane, but I was young and it was too hard for me. I tried it several times, but I didn't even get close. Mom said that whatever was inside was probably cheap anyway, and we didn't even know what we'd get. So there was no point in getting all upset over it. Whether it was something cheap or not wasn't the problem. The process of grabbing happiness with my own hands felt really important and sacred to me. So I wanted the cheap thing inside more than anything. Then, oh my god! Oh my god, this is so good! Oh man! Then Battler Onichian came over after finishing a game of shooting soldiers with a gun and tried to do it for me. With his arms that were longer than mine, Onichian grasped the happiness that I couldn't reach. Onichian really was coordinated. It seemed like he often played with his friends at the arcades. After only one or two attempts, he grasped a thing on the other side of the glass with the crane that I hadn't been able to touch. and threw it into the exit chute. When Onichan tossed me that capsule, I remember that he looked very, very reliable. For several days, I felt like opening the capsule would be a waste. Then one day, I finally opened it up. What revealed itself inside was this pink jeweled hair accessory. Since that day, it's been a symbol for Onichan. Since I was young, I felt that having all four of us gathered, including Bachelor Onichan, was a precondition for a happy family. So I wanted Onichan and Dad to make up quickly. In my own way, I treated this hair accessory as a charm for bringing my whole family together. So I always used to wear it. I want to feel my reliable, fun, and wonderful Onichan by my side all this time. Let him live in our house.
でも、お兄ちゃんの記憶はあまりに遠い。マリアお姉ちゃんがライオンのぬいぐるみからサクタラを生み出したようには簡単にできない。私は死者の魂を蘇らせる大魔法をいつか必ず身につける。そしてそれを成功させられる唯一の鍵が、よりしろがこれなの。なるほど。その頭飾りにものすごい魔力を感じてたけど、そういうわけなのね。魔力？
Another Chekhov's gun.
お兄ちゃんのこれに魔力が宿ってるの？
How will it be used?
エンジ様が宿らせている。エンジ様の兄を呼び出したいという強い思いが魔力を与えている。確かに反言は大魔法だけど、
Someone's going to try to steal it, right?
エンジ様はその魔法のために無意識のうちに着実に階段を登っているのは間違いない。
Ange. And it's gonna try to steal it.
嬉しいわ。私以外の人に
It's
それ
gonna
を
push
認めて
Ange
もらえるのは。
over the line. Your own efforts isn't something that you could observe by yourself. In that sense, even though these words came from a shady demon girl who controls one of the 7 deadly sins, they made me very happy.
反言の魔法に至るのと寿命を全うするのとどっちが早いかだけは私には保証できないけれども、でも挑む山の高さが高ければ高いほど魔女としての力も比例していく。エンジ様はくじけることがなかったなら、きっといつか私たちの元の主ベアトリーチェ様に匹敵するほどの大魔女になれると思います。
なれるかしら。大魔女になってお兄ちゃんを、家族を蘇らせることができるかしら。
反言の魔女エンジェ教。
Oh,
素敵。
the Witch of Resurrection. Oh my god.
反言の魔女はかなりレアな魔女です。そんな魔女がご主人様なんてちょっと鼻が高いです。
Oh, that's a very badass title.
っていうかむしろそうなってほしいものです。家具の価値も主の格に比例しますので、もうベアトリーチェ様さえ抜いちゃって天下無双の大魔女になってくださいね。煉獄の7姉妹を代表して心より応援申し上げます。
And that's greed. As though if a magical friend were to appear for me too, a cute little kid as Saktar would be best. But even this 5th sister of the Shady 7 Sisters, who controlled the 7 deadly sins, was enough to calm my heart so much all by herself. Maria Nichin too has probably known that since long ago. That's why she recommended the world of witches to me over and over and over again. I kept on stubbornly rejecting her. I should have given in and started my training as a witch sooner. A year for a child is worth 10 years for an old person, right? I find my past self, which only ever complained, deplorable for wasting my precious time. Long after I turned off the lights and slipped into bed, Mammon continued to talk to me alongside my pillow. I promise, one day for sure, I'll develop a magic power that can summon the 7 sisters. I'll let them have a lively and fun time. 7 of them make a single whole. None can be left out. Family must be together. I must bring them together. My awareness began to return slowly. Unable to stand watching Aunt Rosa and Maria Onichan's relationship, I ran away from Beato and Onichan's game, didn't I? I have got to go back. Oh, all these new screens. I got to go back, support Onichan, and quickly bring him back from this strange world of the wishes game. After all, as long as I'm here, I'm not allowed to call myself Ange. Oh, at that time I felt someone's presence. Brancastal. When I turned around, I could see Mammon there.
グレーテル様、そろそろお戻りになられないと、ゲームの進行に差し支えると、ベアトリーチェ様が仰せです。速やかにお戻りになられますように、お願い申し上げます。
Ooh.
ありがとう。もう戻るわ。
よかったじゃないですか。
何が？
バトラーお兄ちゃんに出会えて。
皮肉？
Ooh.
そう聞こえるなら、そういうことにしてもらってもいい
Oh
ですか？
my god!
ごめんな
This
さ
is
い。
so good.
言葉通りに受け取るべきね。ええ、そうよ。こんなおかしな世界であっても、お兄ちゃんに出会えて、心底に嬉しいわ。
そして、お兄ちゃんのために、ベアトリーチェ様に打ち勝つ？
ええ、いつまでもこんな世界で遊ばれてちゃ困るもの。そろそろお家へ帰る時間なのよ。だから私が呼びに来たわ。
せいぜい頑張ってください。私、今の主は、ベアトリーチェ様ですので。
Oh.
知ってるわ。1986年10月5日までは、あなたはベアトリーチェの家具よ。そしてやがては、私の友人になるわ。
そしてやがては、その友人を捨てるわけですが。
Oh my god.
何しろ。
What's happening? Mammon moaned as if she bit her tongue, staggering as she clutched her chest. Is it Berncastel? Apparently the rules apply to people other than me as well.
大
It's
丈夫。
Berncastel.
それ、結構辛いわよ。
失礼しました。グレーテル様。
いいえ、ありがとう。嬉しいわ。お兄ちゃんに出会えて、あなたの最初の問いへの答えよ。じゃあ、戻りましょう。私があまりぐずると、あなたが今の主人に怒られるわ。
Angie can't speak of the future, right? Is that a condition?
はい。ご理解いただけて助かります。それではこっち。
マモン？
Oh, what is happening? I'm sure Mammon was about to, well then, this way. But then she stopped. Fishy aroma. She stopped as though the film had been torn off at that point. Oh my god. It looked like she's suddenly frozen. Is this gonna be Berncastel? She wasn't. Then I noticed she wasn't the only thing that had frozen. Even the air, the floating bits of dust had frozen in place in empty space. A world where it seemed even time had frozen. Yes, this looked like a portent that Berncastel will appear. The atmosphere was different somehow. Then I understood. It wasn't Berncastel, Lambdadelta. It was the other witch. Oh no. Oh no, run the fuck away. Run, just run. Get the hell out of there.
かしら、エンジェ。
Oh, so you know.
ラムダデルタ。あなたにはルールの適用はないのね。
当たり前でしょ。ルールは他人を縛るためにあるのよ。
Ooh.
自分をそれで縛るバカはいないわ。
Don't you have rules in Higurashi Go to follow? You need to entertain that other witch, right? Berncastel is a witch who supports me, but this girl is different. I mean, this witch supports Beatrice. In other words, she's a being on the opposing side. There's some kind of a difference between her and Beatrice. I mean, that goes in the discussion of who the fuck is that second. But there's some kind of difference between her and Beatrice. Even compared to Berncastel, there's something strange about Lambdadelta's existence. How should I put it? Maybe it's like she's a being from a higher dimension. In any event, I'm still unsure about how to deal with her. Oh my god, they're building up the power levels here. The only thing that was certain that she was my enemy. No. Just knowing that might be enough, but...
それで私に何かご用？
まあね、あなたたちの会話に耳を傾けてたらちょっと面白い話になったんでね。
You know that Hanyu will appear in Higurashi Go, in Higurashi Sotsu again. And I feel sus because there's that second one probably about it, and she's very more powerful, and I think that she's a witch as well.
あなたにちょっといい話を聞かせてあげようと思って。
あなたは私の敵のはず。そのあなたが私に得する話を聞かせる理由が思いつかないわ。つまり耳を傾けた時点で負けということだわ。じゃあね。See you next time.
誤解しないで。
See you next time.
私の相手はベルンであってあなたじゃないわ。つまり私とあなたが共に得をする話はあり得るということよ。
悪いけど私には聞く気がないわ。
Although I said that, I probably won't be released from this frozen time until Lambdadelta is satisfied. That itself might be proof that she's in a higher dimension than me. I haven't been given the option of not listening to her. The Witcher certainty, huh? All I can do is not try to be shaken by anything that she says, and strengthen my mental guard. She'll probably try to make me believe something disadvantageous to me, and threatening me.
そんなに身構えなくてもいいってば。私はあなたの誤解を解きに来ただけよ。いえ、ちょっと違う。ベルンカステルがあなたについた嘘を教えてあげようと思ってやってきたのよ。
ベルンカステルが嘘？
あなたはベルンにベアトを倒せば兄が帰ってくるような、そんな言い方をされたんじゃないの？
Oh man.
さあ、あなたに話す気はないけど。
Oh my god, Angie's voice. My brother coming home. I hadn't promised anything like that dream-like. Getting just one person only if I was lucky had been a promise without very high hopes. But that's enough for me. After being promised an eternity of isolation, having a fate but still non-zero chance was like a shining beacon.
ある意味ベルンのその約束は嘘ではないわ。ベルンがそう約束したのならきっと、あなたがベアトを倒せば、バトラも両親も解放されて、あなたのところへ帰ってくる。
何の問題もないじゃない。
本気で？
Oh my god. Voice.
あの子は案外残酷よね。
Oh my god.
分かってて騙すなんて。
Oh man.
私がどう騙されてるというの？
Damn, I'm letting her take the initiative, but I won't be released until I lend an ear to her. So it's something that I'll have to hear anyway. Even though I realized I was falling into a trap, I urge her forwards.
今は何年？
このゲーム版の世界のこと？ならば、1986年10月。
その通り。ならば、あなたがベアトに打ち勝ったなら、台風が去った10月6日に島に囚われていた人々は帰還する。1986年の10月6日にね。
Oh.
だから何？
Oh no.
あなたの1986年の10月6日はどうだった？親戚の家にいたんじゃなかったかしら。
Oh my god. This is like, oh shit. I'd been at the house of the only Sumadera my mother trusted, Grandpa. We got a call. And I was playing with building blocks in the tatami room. We got that call. Oh my god. Oh oh man. Oh no. Oh my god. This is bad. Oh, this is crushing. Oh no. After watching to see that I had remembered, Lambdadelta laughed unpleasantly and spoke. Oh shit.
ねえ。 あなたの1986年10月6日にバトラお兄ちゃん帰ってきた？
Oh my god. He'll be returning to you, but it's not you. It's in another fragment. Oh my god, that's cruel. Even though I didn't understand what she was saying, I noticed an unpleasant sweating seeping all over my face. I don't get it. I don't get it. What is this witch saying?
いい？あなたがベアトを倒せばバトラは確かに解放される。
Oh, that's so bad.
そしてお家へ帰るでしょうね。1986年のお家に。だってそうでしょ？バトラは1986年の10月4日から5日に閉じ込められてるんだもの。解放されたらその翌日に帰るのは当然でしょ。そしてあなたは1998年の
Oh my god.
バトラが帰ってこなかった1998年の後宮エンジ。
She just needs time traveling powers now. Oh my
意味
god.
わかる？
Not only time traveling, but fragment powers.
何言ってるのあんたは。
And then
10月6日に家
kill
族
her
が
own
家に帰
self
って
in
くる
another
なら
fragment and take her place.
私はすぐにおじいちゃんの家から帰るわ。そして私たちは出会う。めでたしめでたし。
Oh man.
後宮エンジは家族に再会できるでしょうね。1986年に6歳の後宮エンジはね。
私って誰？
後宮エンジよ、18歳の。違うわ、後宮エンジじゃない。そういう名前の魔女の駒なのよ。
Oh my god.
厳密にはエンジェ・ベアトリーチェという名の全くの別人。意味わかる？
I don't really get it anymore. You've been conned hard. Huh? Huh? Who am I? Huh?
だからベルンは残酷だなって思うの。いいえ、意地悪だなって思うのよね。そういう経験なくもないくせにね。
Oh my god. Another reference to Higurashi, man.
私何か騙されてる？
Oh no, Kenji's crying.
ああ、でもどうかベルンを責めないでね。だって考えようによってはあの子は嘘をついてない。ベアトを倒せば家族が帰ってくる。後宮エンジェのところへ。でもその後宮エンジェがあなたのことだとは言ってないだろうけどね。
Was it like that? Was it like that? What did Bernkastel say to me again? Your assistance is required. Your family needs it. Bernkastel started by saying that. Then I spoke. If I save them, then my family will come home. And how did Bernkastel answer that again? I cannot promise that. She did make me a promise in exchange for accepting this fight. Yes, this is what she said. In exchange, I will search for a fragment for the ideal world that you wish for. A world where your family comes home. Yeah, that's right. She didn't say any more than that she'd look for it. She didn't say she'd find it. But I was prepared for that from the beginning. Even so, that child promised that as long as I didn't give up, there was a faint chance of it happening. And in the end, she said this: I'm giving you a chance for revenge. In exchange, I'll promise to search for and bring you the happiest resolution among the possibilities you're capable of accepting. Oh man. Oh man.
初めから辛い賭けになることは承知よ。
Oh man, Rico, that's so bad.
だって私の1998年には家族はいない。絶対のゼロが揺らぐわずかの可能性と引き換えなら 私にはそれだけで価値がある。
Oh
仮に
man.
復讐を成し遂げても徒労になるかもしれないと事前に脅されてるわ。
Oh god. Is the story going where I think it's going?
だからその
Are they pushing Angie to self-sacrifice right now?
ええ、その部分に嘘はないわね。ベアとのゲーム版は完璧よ。あんたが立ち回ったところでベアとが敗北する可能性なんて生涯に一度のみ夢見ることを許されるかどうかからほんのわずか。つまり限りなくゼロとみなせるほどに絶対にその勝率はほとんどゼロ。
Oh, I'm so angry.
だからベルもそういうお茶を濁した言い方になるのは仕方がない。でもあなたに夢を持たせた点についてだけは騙してると言い切れるわ。
And now what do you want?
だって天文学的な確率を乗り越えてあんたが勝利できたとしても
You feel pity for Angie?
家族が帰ってくるのはあんたのところじゃない。この1986年に存在する6歳の正しい後宮エンジェのところへね。あんたのところにじゃない。
I'm
ベ
biting
ル
my
はそれでも
fingers.
100億のかけらをめぐりあんたに一番マシな世界を探すでしょうね。
Oh, okay, okay.
そしてその彼女が言ったんじゃないの。手土産に持参するつもりだが見つけられなかったと。
Oh my god.
そろそろ気づいてきた。あんたこの戦いにご褒美が用意されてないのよ。
Oh my god.
それどころかベアと打ち破ればゲーム版は消え去る。そしてその駒であるあんたも消え去る。あんたに享受できるゴールは完全にいいえ私の名において宣言するわ。この絶対の魔女ラムダデルタの名において絶対にないと宣言する。
そんな
Oh
それが
god.
ベルンの嘘よ。
Lambdadelta are going to be the big bads. Oh my god.
煙に巻いたというべきあんたに救いがあるかのように誤解させた。私はそれを解きに来たのよ。
Drink some water.
私はどう戦いどう勝利を収めようとも私のところに家族は帰ってこないの。
Oh man.
帰ってこない絶対に。
God. Oh man.
絶対の魔女が絶対にって言ってるの。これってすごいことよ。私に絶対が与えられたくて歴史的建造物を捧げた古代の王たちが何人もいたのに
Okay, Satsuko.
私はそれを気前よくあんたにはプレゼントしちゃうの。これってばとっても素敵でキュートでマーベラスなことなのよ。
Oh my god.
でも一つだけいい提案があるの。
Damn. I'm getting completely overwhelmed. Knew I should have listened. And now I'm starting to be overwhelmed by this witch, Lambdadelta.
私の相手はベルンであってあんたじゃない。私とあなたが共に得をする話はあり得るとさっき言ったはずよ。最初から私はそういう話をすると言っているわ。だから耳を貸しなさい。貸すしかないのよ。
聞くわよ聞いてやるわよ。聞けばいいんでしょ。
I finally lost control over my emotions and exploded from the inside. I don't have a clue anymore. I believed that I was Angie. At some point I stopped being Angie. That's right, I'm Ange, not Angie. Who am I? I'm not my parents' child, nor my brother's little sister. I'm just a piece in a witch's game.
そこまで悲観することはないわ。だってよく考えて今あんたはバトラお兄ちゃんに出会えているわ。確かに自らの名を名乗ることはできないけれどそれでも少なくとも魔女と戦うゲームの味方同士という位置にいていつまでも永遠に一緒にいることができる。
Oh
意
my
味わか
god. I can't stand it, but I understand. In other words, as long as Omnichan keeps getting a tie in this game, it'll continue forever. Continue to tie means continue the game for all eternity. And you can continue being with your family, actually seeing your family and talking to Battler. And it means that you can remain with Nichan as a piece. But if Nichan wins or loses, the curtain closes on the game.
コマであるあんたは消える。ゲームのコマの幸せは何？ゲームで遊んでもらうことだけよ。
Oh
押し入れにし
god.
まわれて埃をかぶることじゃないわ。
Oh.
ゲームのコマの幸せは何？ゲームで遊んでもらうことだけよ。押し入れにしまわれて埃をかぶることじゃないわ。そうでしょ？
In the past, Seven Sisters of Purgatory said it as well. Furniture's happiness comes from being used, not being stored away. That's right. I am now the witch's furniture.
話を少し変えるわね。実は私、このゲーム、永遠に引き分け続けてほしいと思ってるの。
So now Lambdadelta
終わ
wants
らないゲーム
Ange.
は永遠の檻。ベルンを今度こそ屈服させる未来永劫に開かれることのない絶対密室よ。ベアとはね、一応は勝つ気があるの。バトラーを屈服させるという勝利ね。でもね、実はそれも私には困るの
I think
よ。
that's the opposite. She wants
だっ
to
てゲーム
lose,
が終わっちゃったら
but she
密
is
室が
getting too
崩れてしまう
invested
もの。
and too attached to lose. After all, if the game ends, the clothes will fall apart.
だから私、バトラが屈服することだけはないようにある程度の手心を加えてるの。安心して、バトラが屈服しかけると私は彼の味方になったりもしてるのよ。
Oh, so devious.
ただね、どうもベアとのやつ、それにうすうす気づき出してる気がする。このゲームに自分の勝ちは永遠にないんじゃないかって気づき始めてる気がする。でもそこはさすが無限の魔女。ベアとはバカだから、それでもいつかきっと勝てる。それまで延々と無限にゲームを繰り返せばいいと楽観してるわ。金髪の女は大抵考えが足りないって決まってるものよ。
この魔女のゲームには
Talking about
勝利
yourself
も
as well.
敗北もないってことなの？
私が勝たせない、そして負せない、絶対に。ベルンはそれに気づいてる。
Oh.
そしてそれを破るために最も強力な駒としてあんたを見つけ送り込んできた。このゲームを終わらせるためにね。
このゲームを終わらせる？
終われば駒の役目ははっきり断言する。あんたは存在が矛盾してるのよ。自らの存在理由が自らを闇に葬り絶望するため。
My goal is to defeat Beato and release my captive family. And yet, even if I succeed, I won't be rewarded.
負けられない。そして勝っても報われない。だから私は第3の選択肢をあなたに持ってきたの。そしてその選択肢は私とあなたの利害を一致させるわ。
Continue to tie for all eternity.
そう、永遠に引き分け続ける限りこの世界は崩壊しない。この世界は何？魔女とのゲームの世界。ベアトとバトラが永遠に戦い続ける世界。そして同時にあなたが永遠にバトラと一緒にいられる世界なのよ。
My head was spinning. That confusion became a hot liquid, and I felt it pouring from my eyes. It was so hot that it felt like it burned my face.
ね
Oh my god, Lambdadelta. Oh my
え、エン
god.
ジェ・ベアトリーチェ、ゲームを終わらせ、あなたとバトラの交流できる世界を終わらせようとするのが目的のベルンカステルに味方する理由はどこにあんの？あの子はあんたを騙してたのよ。自分の駒になればあんたが救われるかのようにごまかしてね。でも私はそこをごまかさない。だから言うわ、エンジェ、私の駒になりなさい。 私はベルンのように
Oh
絶
my
対にもら
god.
えない嘘のご褒美なんてちらつかせないわ。私の駒となり、このゲームが絶対に終わらないように私に協力する限り、私はあんたにこの世界が絶対に続くことを我が名において絶対に約束する。
Oh
それだけじゃない
god.
わ。
Her performance is amazing.
ボーナスもつけてあげる。あなたに課せられているルール、
Lambdadelta is amazing. Oh my
それ
god.
を取り払ってあげるわ。まあもちろん私の駒になると誓ってもらった後にだけどね。
I'll clear it away for you. In my own throat, there was a thick, loud gulping sound. I shouldn't have listened. If I hadn't listened, I could have remained an innocent little sister, praying for my brother's victory. But I might be different now. I might have been degraded into a witch's furniture, one that cares about nothing but being by Onichan's side.
兄を裏切れと言ってるわけじゃないんだからね。バトラが負けそうになったら全力で助ければいい。逆にバトラがペアと追い詰めすぎたら少し加減を変えてあげてほしいと、その程度のお願いをしてるのよ。大丈夫、バトラを裏切るほどの必要はないわ。バトラ一人じゃベアトには勝てない。だからベルンはあんたを送り込んだんでしょ。あんたが手を貸さない限りバトラは永遠にベアトには勝てない。ね、とっても簡単でしょ。
Oh my... Oh my god. Oh.
ちょっとそれ私の返して。
やだやだ、私が食べるの。アスモアスモパス。レビアお姉様、こっちこっち。
I wonder where they swiped it from. They were fighting over donuts or something, playing around really loudly.
こらー！エンジェ様は読書をなさってるのよ。少しは静かにできないの？そう言ってるサタンが一番うるさいのよ。沈黙なさい、この愚昧が。ルシファーお姉様の方がうるさいです。文句が終わり？
I was already used to the oldest and third sister arguing with each other. Even though they're so both quick to anger, it's a bit funny how they're both having to hold back a little. They might be surprisingly like each other.
賑やかにしていろとの仰せでしたが、これではさすがに。少しボリュームを下げさせますか？
気にしないで騒いでてくれていいわ。教室の黄色い笑い声より100倍心地よいもの。
エンジ様、早く次のページ。エンジ様は読むのが遅い。
マモンは読書が好きなの？地味なことが一番苦手そうに見えるのにね。
マモンが司るのは強欲、知識欲にもそれは通じます。ただし独占したがるので、本を与えると人に読ませまいと読書後に焼いてしまうこともあるのでご注意を。
私は誰も知らないことを私だけが知っているのが好き。誰もできないことを私だけができるのが好き。だから勉強は好き、練習は好き。私だけが誰も知らない英知を独り占めしたいから。
As Mammon said that, her eyes sparkling, she peered down the page that was open and read it through it again. You could see the greed that made her covet that page even more thoroughly than I did. As you can see, my magical power had grown so much stronger than it was the first day I summoned them. By now I've gotten so that I can summon all the seven sisters of purgatory at once and still calmly read a book like this. This place, although I can't recall exactly where it is, it's a quiet and calm street side bench. I'd been young back then, so I don't remember the details of its location. Still, I remember that my days walking here were a lot of fun, together with Dad, Mom, and even Oni-chan. It was a memory of a very rare and very happy day where everyone had been together. The people who walked away by every once in a while didn't notice me. They just pleasantly ignored me and passed by as though everything was normal. Even the Seven Sisters' incredible outfits weren't embarrassing or anything, because it wasn't like anyone was actually watching. Come to think of it, I'm getting pretty used to it, as long as they don't make me wear those. I was sitting on a stylish bench, memorizing a timeline for world history. In an academy system where everything is based on collective responsibility, there's no tolerance for dunces. It seems that I was considerably below the average grade for the class. According to those extremely intellectual girls, if I alone improved my grade, the average would rise drastically. They had been kind enough to show me with a graph drawn by colorful pens on a B4 sheet of drawing paper. Just thinking of the effort it had taken to draw that was repulsive. But I've already spat out all those complaints. I've already voiced my constant and furious anger and sadness to those girls here. The sisters were sometimes indignant, sometimes sympathetic, and sometimes mourned along with me. I was truly happy to be able to share emotions like that with friends. Say that they were illusionary furniture that existed to carry out Beatrice's cruel sacrifice ceremony. According to the occult message bottle I hated, it seemed that several of them even attacked my family. But I don't believe that, and it's pointless to question them about it. They are furniture, so they only respond to their master's requests. If they really did attack my family, I can't hate them. The one I really hated was the Golden Witch Beatrice. Or else, the ringleader of the Yoshirimiya suspicion, Ontava.
エンジ様、早く次のページ。
あ、ごめん。疲れたわ。少し休憩させて。エン
ジ様、休憩だって。遊ぼう。エンジ様、遊ぼう。
And they noticed that I had interrupted my studying. Most energetic youngest sisters gathered around me. And that wasn't all. Even Marianne-chan and Saktaro showed themselves. They have probably been very close by. They must have hidden themselves so they wouldn't interrupt my studying.
フリュー、エンジェ、お勉強どう？やー、サクタロー、元気？
ちょっと私にもモフモフさせて。早い者勝ちだっていつも言ってるでしょ。ああ、かわいいかわいい。
うきゅー、潰れちゃうよ。うりゅー。
7姉妹が揃ってる時に現れたのが運の尽きだ。おとなしくモフモフされてもらおう。
もういっつもこんなにしてしまって、愚昧な姉と妹どもが申し訳ありません。
サクタロもみんなに会えて喜んでるよ。どうエンジェ、お勉強の調子は？
ありがとう。まあそこそこには。ご丁寧にも他のクラスで先にあった小テストのプリントが回してもらえたの。麗しい連帯感に涙が出るわ。とりあえず年表を頭に入れるだけでもまあ多少はマシかしら。
Mind maps, man. Mind maps will win you everything. If you want to study for something, mind maps.
うりゅう、エンジェお勉強偉い。いっぱい
My
点
tip.
数取れるよ。うりゅう。
I'm a lazy... I am very lazy for studying, so watching videos or reading books, I cannot focus. So what I do is I get like the printout, the PDF file or whatever, and then I do a mind map of the paragraphs. It's slow, but at least I can understand it better.
お疲れ様。マリア、お勉強は全然ダメだったから、ちゃんと勉強すれば点数が取れるエンジェが
I was really
羨ま
bad.
しいよ。
I was really bad with studying as well.
ご
Still.
冗談を。英語、ラテン語、オカルトの知識。そんなのを丸暗記できてるお姉ちゃんの方がよっぽどすごいわ。
マリアは魔法のお勉強は何でも覚えられるけど、つまんないお勉強は何も覚えられない。
It seems like Maria is on the spectrum, right? Of autism, maybe?
だからテストでも何も役に立たない。
確かにオカルトの知識はどうかと思うけど、英語なんかは成績に結びつくんじゃない？
小学校1年生の時、国語のテストで鉄砲のイラストの脇に四角が4マスあって、そこに名前を書きなさいって問題があった。ライフルって書いたら×だった。
どうして？合ってるじゃない。
鉄砲が正解だって。カタカナは小学1年生では習わないからダメだと言われた。マリアはよくわからないから。
School being school.
その日以来、テストでは全てひらがなで書くようにしたよ。でもなぜかママには怒られる。先生にも怒られる。
Because they love kanji.
お姉ちゃんは多分生まれる国を間違えたわ。
ならマリア、魔女の国に生まれて魔法学校に入りたかった。そうしたらもっともっと素敵な魔法の友達がいっぱいいたかもね。でも別に今は何も気にしてない
They
よ。
tell you it's wrong, but they don't tell you how it was wrong. And what should you do in the future?
だって魔法はいっぱい使えるし、魔法のお友達もたくさんいる。マリアにはサクタロがいれば十分だもの。僕だけじゃないよ。サクスケもサク吉も動物の音楽隊もアザラシの下田くんもウサギのサナエさんも小豚のピゴーくんも他にもいっぱい。
I won't remember all of them. I'm sorry. Incredible. Number of Nature's friends keeps increasing. Every time I ask, the number of names of her friends grows. But there's no doubt that Saktara is her best friend. I'm a little jealous of all those close friends.
どう？七姉妹は仲良くやれてる？
本当に賑やかな姉妹たちよ。たまに物騒なことを言い出すけど悪くないわ。本当はサク太郎みたいな可愛い子が良かったんだけど、今は彼女たちと一緒でも十分いいかなって思ってる。
No, trust me, the Seven Sisters are the best friends you'll ever need. Oh man. They're much better than Saktara, I'm sorry.
もっと私の原初の魔法を学んだなら、きっとエンジェの好みの友達を生み出せるようにもなるよ。今のエンジェに想像はまだちょっと難しいね。
想像と召喚は違う。そして反言もまた違う。
やっぱり一番の願いは家族を蘇らせること？
うん。よりしろは持ってるよ、これ。
そうだね。その髪飾りならいつかきっとバトラーを呼び出す
It's gonna
鍵に
get
なるよ。
stolen.
あとはエンジェの修
It's
行
gonna
次第
get
だね。
stolen, man. I'm
それがいつまでかかるのかわからないのが泣けるけれども。
ウリュウ、辛くてもしっかりエンジェが諦めなければ絶対にいつか叶うよ。
絶対に叶うという保証を誰かがくれたならきっと心も休まるでしょうにね。
ウリュウ、なら僕が保証する。エンジェはいつかきっと必ず願いを叶えられるよ。
ありがとう。気休めでも嬉しいわ。
気休めじゃないよ、ウリュウ。ダメだよエンジェ。そういう感情は半魔法の毒素になるよ。夢は必ず叶うって気持ちが一番よく芽吹く魔力の種なんだよ。
そうね。ごめんなさい、お師匠様。
エンジ様は少し強欲さが足りないのよ。欲しいもののためにはどこまでも。手に入れるまで絶対に諦めないという根性が足りない。
ウリュウ、そんなことないよ。エンジェは頑張ってるよ。
ありがとう、サク太郎。マモン、泣き言なんて何の足しにもならないもんね。私にはただ頑張るしか道はないのよ。努力するわ。歯を食いしばってね。そして必ず夢を叶えるわ。絶対に。
ウリュウ、エンジェ偉いよ。頑 頑張ろう。僕もママも応援する。
ええ、応援します。主が強欲であればあるほど私たちの価値も上がるというもの。
それよりエンジ様、せっかく10人も集まったんだし、みんなでしりとりでもして遊ぼうって提案がありまして。負けたら罰ゲーム。私に耳をかじらせて。
Oh my god.
あんたの頭には食欲以外ないの？グマイどもの愚かな提案をお許しください。
そろそろ勉強に戻られなくても大丈夫ですか？
やだやだやだ、ずっとお勉強終わるの待ってたのに遊んでもらえないなんてやだ。
悪くない提案と思います。たまには遊ぶのも頭の良い柔軟になるかと。
Oh my god. Ange's so happy. I'm so...
ベルフェが司るのは怠惰だっけ？もっともらしいことを言ってるけど、うまいことを言ってるわね。
失礼しました。エンジェ様は勤勉でおられる。
エンジさえ良ければ私もみんなと遊びたいな。みんなでワイワイ、きっと楽しい。風流、エンジェ遊ぼう遊ぼう。みんなでしりとりをやろ
う。では作太郎のウリュウからスタートで、この場合何からになるの？リュ？ユ？
ウリュウからなんだろうね。やっぱりリュウ？
こんなおかしな語尾の単語が出てくるなんてめったにないし。
じゃあ私が一番。リュウから行くね。時計のネジのリュウズ。
私が一番に言いたかったのに、リュウトの方が素敵。
Oh my god.
なんだかさっきから難しいのばっかりね。というか順番どうなってるの？次は誰？
ウリュウ、誰でもいいと思うよ。思いついた人順でいいよ。何それ、面白いね。いっぱい言えた人が勝ち？早口しりとりだね。じゃあ私行くね。ズッキーニ、ニンニク炒め。どれも美味しそう。
Oh my god, it went so fast.
3つもいっちゃった。
ベルゼ3点獲得と。接続詞はありなのか？
のがありになったら何でもありになっちゃうわ。最後のはダメよ。1点減点、目からよ。
じゃあマリアね。メレンゲ。
ゲ？
ウリュウ。
下水道埋め立て地地下室。
Oh my
ざっ
god.
とこんな感じ？
お姉様、なんだか品のない単語ばっかり。何よ。じゃあ品のいい単語で続けてみなさいよ。とにかく私3点ね。次はつよ、つ。
So they picked the
こんな
last.
変なしりとり初めて。面白い。ウリュウ。全然わかんないけど面白い。ウリュウ。
I've played normal Shiritori before, but I've never experienced a Shiritori like this. A Shiritori this weird. There's only the lively seven sisters, Maria, Nechan, and Saktaro, and me. I'm now surrounded by friends that are so fun to be with. The courage to accept a world of magic, a world of witches. That alone didn't change the fact that I was still locked up in an academy, without a single friend in my class. Despite that, I'm able to have such a fun and lively time. I'll also become a witch like Maria and Nechan. And someday, I'll add my family to this fun circle. Dad, Mom, and Onichan. If possible, George Onichan and Jessica Onichan. And the other relatives. I'll call everyone here without a single person missing. And we'll all gather together.
それが私の夢。そうよ、私はそれを叶えるまで絶対にくじけない。
エンジ様はきっと大魔女になられます。あなたがそうだと信じるだけで、我ら煉獄の7姉妹はその日まで常におそばにお仕えするでしょう。
いてくれる？いつまでも私の力になってくれる？
当然。だって私エンジェ様の友達じゃないですか。
ええ、そうね。常に全員揃って みんなで遊びましょう。今もこれからもずっとずっと。
エンジェ様が夢を叶え
So
られ
many
る日まで
flags. Lively 10-person game of Shiritori, alongside a street cut off from time, under the constantly bright rays of the sun, could continue forever. Oh, the winds.
マジほんと。どういうわけ後宮さん。
In the end, I wasn't able to get a very good grade on my test. I tried memorizing things in my own way, but if you could manage anything by cramming the night before a test, no one would ever worry about tests.
あらかじめ問題が分かってたら普通楽勝じゃない？楽勝。
さすがの私たちも空欄に答えまでは書き込みませんでしたわ。その程度はお勉強してくれると信じてましたから。
なにこれ、ちょっとマジこれ信じらんない。ほとんどダメじゃない。あんた本当にちゃんと予習したわけ？
一応。
一応ってレベルじゃありませんことよ、後宮さん。ここまでひどいと私めまいすらしそうですわよ。おお、神よ、こんな簡単なテストすら無残な成績を残し、クラス全体の平均点をガタ落ちさせる彼女をどうかお許しください。
I'm getting very angry. The same test had been given in another class first. That test paper had been obtained, so the average score for our class had been unusually high, enough to obscure my slight improvements. However, there were some things I had no excuse for. If I'd spent the entire day studying like mad, I might have been able to get a slightly higher score. So they accomplished everything, and they still are criticizing her. Fuck. After all, on that day, I spent the whole time having fun playing Shiritori with the seven sisters, Sakutaro and One-chan. But I hadn't gone that far. This expected the winner had been Maria One-chan. She was a strong player thanks to her wide knowledge of trivia. Sakutaro had gotten the punishment game. He spent the whole time cheering for everyone else's answers, completely forgetting to think of any himself. Because of that, he'd been squished by the seven sisters and had his ear thoroughly nibbed, hadn't he?
ねえ、聞いてる後宮さん。
They were surrounding me, twittering like small birds. They were annoying, smelly. On the outside the circle was Mammon, an exasperated expression on her face.
相変わらずおかしな学校ね。自分の成績が良かったなら万々歳じゃないの？
連帯責任とやらのせいでしょ。彼女らにとって自分の成績がどうこうじゃなくて、クラスの平均点が低くて恥ずかしい方が問題なのよ。あるいはその結果、罰則として与えられる奉仕活動が嫌で嫌で仕方ないのかもしれない。
それってつまり成績を良くしたいから勉強してるとかじゃなくて、連帯責任や奉仕活動が嫌だから勉強してるって意味？
妬ましくて恥ずかしいのよ。誰かより劣りたくない。恥ずかしめられたくない。そんな気持ちだけが彼女らを勉強に駆り立ててる。
勉強がしたければ勝手にすればいいのに。騒がしい奴ら。
つまるところ、連帯責任も奉仕活動もなければ、彼女らは勉強などする気もないわけだ。勉強の意味も知らず勉強することの、なんと愚かしいことか。
I want to see Saturn.
しかし、本当にこいつらはうるさくてバカバカしい。エンジェ様の貴重な昼の一時を邪魔するなと言うのに。
こいつら嫌い。早くどっか行っちゃえ。お腹すいた。早く消えちゃえ。
しいのかしらね。
Ooh,
自分で努力するよ
the
り
thunder, the rumbling.
エンジ様に努力させる方が楽で強欲に平均点を稼げるってことでしょ。人間なんてみんな強欲、そしてより楽なようにそれを強いる。こいつらとはやがて煉獄の山で再会するわ。第五感を抜けるときはせいぜい己が足元に注意することね。
Mammon controls the fifth terrace of the mountain that reaches to heaven, Mount Purgatory. So she's saying this, you could probably be sure that after those girls die, their journey to heaven won't be an easy one. No, on the contrary, let them just fall into hell. Ooh. I'm in total favor of any revenge, okay? I'm in total favor. The class committee went to the study council and applied to use a classroom during lunch and after school. The purpose of use was for a class study group, a wonderful little gathering that they could all surround me and make me study. I'm so grateful I could cry. Oh my god. Which meant that every day, all of my lunch and 3 hours of my afternoon will be stolen. The Academy and its student council, with its theme of student self-government, instantly approved of this pleasant activity that the students were taking up on their own initiative. In other words, I was no longer able to escape the school by leaving the class. I'm so fucking mad! After school, the first class study group meeting has started right away. They open a textbook, then kindly and carefully explain so that even I could understand it. Of course, it didn't turn out like such a naive illusion. After school in the classroom, dozens of my classmates crowded around my desk. First, before we started studying, why were my grades so bad? What was the reason? It was the sight that we couldn't start until I could clearly answer those questions, become aware of the problem, and show regret for my actions. Of course, there's no way for me to respond when I ask a question like that. They loathed me all this time, and now they rejected me and kept me at a distance, preventing me from joining in on their community. So I've avoided their community myself. There shouldn't be any conflict for either of us that way. So even this group that was enthusiastic about raising the class average, they obviously kept me at a distance. Even if I tried to join in, they'll probably ignore me like they always did in the past.
言ってくれれば私たちいくらでも教えてあげたよ。ねえ。ねえ。
Oh my god. They were getting themselves all worked up. I've already had enough of the hypocrisy of their tacked on excuses.
後ろ宮さんの悪いところはね、協調性がないところなのよ。自分さえ良ければいいって思ってる。その
セールチーヤの学び屋に集う者は協調の心を持つように。ちゃんと生徒手帳にも明記されてましてよ。
So mad.
協調性があればクラス全体に貢献するために一緒にお勉強しようという意思も生まれると思うの。そここそが後宮さんにお勉強以前に欠けている部分だと思うんだけど、どう思うかしら？
I don't know. Ask yourself. You...
さっきか
Oh
ら
my
私たち
fucking
の
god!
話
I'm
を
getting
聞いて
heated.
る？
Getting so fucking heated here.
あなたのために私たちはわざわざ放課後に残ってこうしてお話ししているのよ。
I'm so grateful I could cry. Of course, they didn't like that. This way, it's almost making it look like we're bullying you. They reprimanded me. Fortunately, I'm normally all cried out anyway. If I'm told not to cry, I can hold it back. First, I was made to write a letter of remorse and read it out loud. Of course, this was to be done by today. The class committee politely applied to the student council and the staff room for extension on the use of this classroom. Seeing that it was accepted right away. Which means that starting now I'll be forced into self-criticism for at least a full 5 hours here. Ushirimiya Ange got a low score on her test and caused trouble for her classmates.
違うでしょ？
Ah.
成績が低くて迷惑をかけたってのは根本じゃないでしょ？
協調性でしょ、協調性。
もうなんで後宮さんの反省文の書き方まで私たちが指導しなくちゃならないのよ。
I'm so mad. Their abusive tears flew about one after another. I followed their directions and erased it. Shiritori and Ange didn't have a cooperative attitude and caused trouble for her classmates.
ねえちょっと、私たちが言ったのをそのまま書いても意味ないのよ。あんた反省って意味分かってんの？
自分の言葉で書かなくちゃ意味がないじゃない。自分の言葉で書かなくちゃ。
後宮さんってちょっと不思議な子だなって思ってたけど、やっぱり変わってるよね。
So mad! Fuck! I hurt myself. Even following their directions didn't change the jeers much, and now it felt like they were mocking me even more. So for several more hours, without rest, without even being allowed to go to the bathroom, much less dinner, I was continuously abused. I was coerced into writing a paragraph that humiliated myself. I hurt myself. But I'm so mad. Oh my god, it's night. Fuck. At about 9 that night, I was told to stand up and read it out loud. You stood that for 5 fucking hours, man. Oh my god. The contents were smeared black with tears and an eraser mark. Tears, man. It certainly was my handwriting. It was a list of soulless letters. Those contents I couldn't even remember. Everything had been copied down according to their orders. So while I had been the one to write the letters, they weren't my words. I've been coerced into writing them down, and even coerced into reading them aloud. Even after all this time, I was surprised to learn that beyond just ignoring people and hiding their things, there are other ways to bully people.
ほら早く読み上げなさいよ。後宮さんのためにこれだけの人間がこんなに遅くまで付き合ってるのよ。少しは感謝したら？
そこで感謝の気持ちが湧かないという時点でもう協調性がかけらほどもないのよね。大丈夫よ後宮さん。これからは私たちがいつも一緒にいてあげるから、一緒にお勉強して生まれ変わりましょうね。
God, this is beyond cruel. As I stood by my seat, surrounded by them, I dropped my gaze downward, towards the blackened page, and then I spoke those humiliating words. Right away, jeers flew at me, saying that they couldn't hear and to speak up. I can't read it. I had no idea that being forced to read a paragraph humiliating me would be so painful. My throat shook, my fingertips shook. A paragraph of humiliation written in my own handwriting made my eyes burn with a hot liquid. So my world blurred and twisted. I saw the girls surrounding me twist and bend. I saw them twist and bend into the impression I had of them. In other words, that was my true field of vision. Beyond that twisted crowd of people, I could see my friends. Passion could be seen in all their eyes.
Ange, しっかり。
Maria, Nechan, and Saktara were looking at me with sad eyes, probably because they realized that even cheap words of compassion would hurt me. They kept alternating between trying to say something and hanging their heads.
なんなのよこいつら。最低のやつら。腹渡が煮えくり返るわよ。エンジ様を寄ってたかってなぶり者にして何が楽しいわけ？
妬ましくても吐き出せないエン
At
サ
this point, I'll pick a pen and just start stabbing. I'm sorry.
誰でもいいのよ。吐き出せればね。最低のやつら。
This is like beyond what a person can handle. I'm sorry.
ここはご自身の名誉のために怒り狂うことが許される場面です。怒りは正当な感情で正当な反応。 ここで怒らなかったらどこで怒るんですか。やめなさいよ。安っぽくエンジェ様を怒らせないで。それができたらもうやってるわよ、エンジェ様は。
怒って状況が改善できるならそうすべきだ。だが客観的に判断してそれはますますに状況を悪化させるだけだろう。屈辱的だが今は耐えるのが賢明だ。
I'm sorry, no. I would just leave. I would just, I don't know. I would either escape or just start stabbing. I'm sorry.
さすがベルフェネーは怠惰やってます。
ふざけないでよ。私は耐えられない。こいつらが許せない。
Oh my god, even
みんな騒が
Mammon
ない
is
で。
crying.
エンジェの負担になっちゃうよ。
負担？何言ってんのよ。ここは騒ぐところでしょ。私たち家具は主が侮辱されているのを見て冷静でいられるほど残酷じゃない。エンジェ様、そんな侮辱の文章を読む義務はありません。怒りの声を上げられないならせめてその屈辱の文面を床に叩きつけて。口汚く罵らなくていい。のけぞらせるほどの大声を上げなくていい。ただ渾身の力でそのノートを床に叩きつけて。それだけのことでエンジェ様は強い意志を示すことができる。勝手なことを言わないで。言ってるでしょ。それができるもんならエンジェ様だってとっくにやってる。
一時の感情の爆発は何も解決しない。むしろエンジェ様に対する風当たりを悪くするだけだと。なぜわからん。
エンジェ様は悪くないのに、なんでこんな目に遭うの？夕飯も食べさせてもらえないで放課後からずっとこんななんて
今夜だけじゃないわ。今日も明日も明後日もいい加減にしてこんな屈辱耐えられない。
ねえ、私たちの話本当に聞こえてる？
Someone tugged at my hair. I was torn back into my tragic reality. I was no longer even permitted to listen to the seven sisters speaking on my behalf in my heart. My hair was lifted upwards. One of my hair ornaments came off, and I could hear the sound of it rolling on the ground. No one picked it up. To the contrary, they casually avoided it as though something filthy was rolling towards them. I tried to follow it with my eyes, but my hair was tugged upwards again.
なんで私たちがこんなに真剣に話してるのにいつも聞いてないわけ？
右の耳から左の耳ってやつ？それとも馬の耳に念仏かしら？あんたいい加減にしてよね。
私たち全員に迷惑かけてるって自覚本気であるの？
Oh my
私たちに
god.
言われてるからいやいや書いたとか言い出すんじゃないでしょうね。
I'm so heated.
あんたが本当に自分の意思で反省できるまでマジで終わんないからね。今日だけじゃないよ。明日も明後日もマジで続くからね。あんまり舐めてんじゃないわよ。
つーかさ、なんでまだ生きてんの？生きてられる？普通。私なら死んじゃうね。
Fuck.
生きてられないよね。だってさ、生きてるだけで迷惑かけてるだけでしょ。私だったら絶対に生きてられない。
うんうん、私だったら死ぬね。その方が世の中のためになるならすぐにでも死んじゃうよね。
じゃあ死んでよ。
Oh my god.
エンジ様？
こいつら全員今すぐ殺してよ、あんたたち。ルシファー、聞こえた？あんたたち煉獄の七姉妹は人間なんかあっという間に皆殺しにできるすごい核なんでしょ。あんたらいつも私にそう自慢していたわ。ならやって、今すぐこいつらを皆殺しにして。今
Oh
す
my
ぐこの場で。
god. Oh my god. It's like I'm oh my god. For some reason Lucifer hesitated.
なんで？どうしてよ。絵にも止まらぬ速度で飛び回って魔女の敵の心臓を即座に貫く必殺の家具でしょ。そしてそれを主である私が命じてる。今すぐ実行しなさい。殺してこいつらをみんな殺せ。 エンジェ様、どうか落ち着いて。
If they had immediately followed my brutal order, making heaps of corpses with me at its center, I was ready to reflect on my own reckless actions of stealing human lives so readily, ready to regret and repent just as they wanted me to. I was prepared to do that, and yet Lucifer had just let an unassured expression rise to her face and didn't move to carry out my order. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. Vaguely. Oh, that's not right. I've known from the beginning. I've known that magic was all empty this whole time, haven't I? Oh, shh. Oh, no.
何が煉獄の七姉妹よ。くだらない。くだらない。
Oh my god.
私、最初から知ってたんだから。エンジェ様。
I glared into the worthless Lucifer's eyes. Oh, so this is... And pain seemed to accompany that gaze. As though she was being assaulted with a violent headache, Lucifer grasped her head with both arms. It looked like she couldn't tear her eyes off my gaze. So she was assaulted with pain that grew more and more violent. Oh, hopelessness and disappointment, resignation in her dreams, and cracking sound, just like you'd hear from a frozen lake's surface during a fierce winter, rang out just once. At the same time, Lucifer's form, which was being tormented by a violent pain, stiffened into place and grew cloudy. It was almost as though a beautifully polished glass window had been heartlessly smashed and turned white in the countless fissures. And that was an accurate analogy. At some point, Lucifer's form had turned into a glass ornament of the same shape. Countless fissures rang through it from the inside. As the head and arms collapsed, it crumbled to the floor. Golden Slaughterer, what?
知女は誰？レビアタン？私の命令を実行して、今すぐにこいつらを皆殺しにして。
Oh my god.
そのエンジェ様、どうかお気を沈めてお聞きください。私たちは
I'm not looking for excuses or backtalks or an answer. I want nothing more than a swift confirmation of my order to eradicate the girls who are humiliating me. If you're going to say anything else, there's no need for me to listen till the end. Oh my god. After Leviathan also turned white due to countless cracks throughout her whole body, she fell over backwards, splitting into separate parts along her neck, hips and arms. She's been smashed to bits and lost her original form. Probably wouldn't have seemed so brutal. Jeez. So seeing the two of them halfway left over made their remaining younger sisters shake even harder. So that's why Mammon was so fucking mad.
どうしてよ。恐れながら、現在のこの場は反魔法力が非常に強く。何よそれ、人間がいるからダメってどういう理屈？人間を殺すのがあんたたちの役目でしょ。それができないならあんたたちは何のための家具なのよ。死ね。
Oh man.
お許しください、エンジェ様。
As she clutched her head with both arms, Satan also turned white and fell face first. Apparently the neck is the most slender part after all. Her head slid off and rolled over to Belphegor's feet. No, not Belphegor.
人間が多いからダメなの？じゃあ私が後でこいつらを一人ずつ物陰に呼び出せたなら、あんたたちはきっちり全員を血祭りにできるというの？
現在のエンジェ様の魔力では私たちと会話する程度はたやすいでしょう。しかしこの場にいる全ての人間の前で権限するにはまだまだ魔力の錬成が足りません。お怒りは深く理解できますが、たとえ我らを攻撃に使えたとしてもこの場の全員を殺害することはかえって状況を悪くするだけです。屈辱的とは思いますが、どうかこの場は怒りを収められて。
Oh, not Belphegor.
あとの3人も同じ答えなの？反魔法力が高いからできないっていう？私に魔力が足りないからできないっていう？なら全員を殺せとは言わないわ。たった一人でいいから殺してみなさいよ。今すぐこの場で。
As Asmodeus and Beelzebub held each other, they crashed out, cringing in fear under my glare. They'd been able to obey my order. They probably would have carried it immediately, and yet here they were, crouching down, empty, sad, and pathetic. That's right, I've known. These girls can't even touch reality with one of their fingers.
やだやだ、ベルゼ怖いよ。ベルゼ、エンジ様許してください、許してください。死にたくない。
死になさいよ、使えない家具。どうして生きてるのあんたたち。生きてる価値がないのになんで生きてるわけ？死ねばいいじゃん。死になさいよ。というかむしろ死ね。
Oh my
使い道のない家具
god.
を置いとくバカがいると思う？
Oh my god, Ange.
やめてください、エンジ様。
何
You know-
マモン、
Oh
あな
my
ただけは私の命令を遂行してくれるの？そうよね、私の一番のお友達だもんね。あなただけはやってくれるわよね。こいつらを。
今のエンジェ様には私たちを刺激しても人殺しはできません。主にできることを手伝うのが家具の役目。主にすらできないことを私たちにはすることができない。エンジェ様はこいつらが憎いですか？憎いですよね。殺したくなる気持ちよくわかります。ええ、どうぞ。ならば殺しましょうよ、エンジェ様。エンジェ様自らがその手を血に染めるならば、我ら煉獄の七姉妹どこまでもお供しましょうとも。どこまでも。
私にできないからあんたたちに頼んでるんでしょ。私にできないことをできるからあんたたちは家具なんでしょ。
ええ、家具です。使われてこそ家具です。どうぞ我らを使って殺してください。殺すのはあなたです。エンジェ様が殺したいと言うならどうぞご自由に。ためらうことはありません。どうぞ今すぐにそれを実行。そこまでの覚悟が伴って初めて、自らの手を汚す覚悟があって初めて、我らはそれをお手伝いいたしましょう。でもエンジェ様はそれに至っていないんです。
Oh my god.
語るな家具が。
Oh my god, hearing her voice actress like cackle like that. Oh, Angie. Angie, you're
もう
so...
分かってるわよ。皆まで言わせないでよ。あんたたちには何もできない。あんたたちは所詮私の
Just
妄
pick up a
想、
pen
幻想、
and show Mammon.
私に
You
は
have nothing to
初め
lose.
から友達なんて一人もいないわ。
Pick up a knife or something
孤
and
独な
just do
私
it.
が心の中に生み出したお友達ごっこの幻影でしょ。知ってたのよ最初っから。
Just do it like... Do it like Satoko. Satoko dropped the fucking chandelier. Do the same.
ええ、 ですよ。エンジェ様の頭の中の幻想ですけど何か？はい、そうです。私たちは友達のただ一人もいやしない。寂しい寂しいエンジェ様の心を慰めるためだけに生み出されたお友達ごっこの脳内妄想ですが何か？見たければ現実を見るといい。私たちなんか見ないで、あそこで囲まれて罵声を浴びせられているあなたに戻るといい。ほらほら戻りなさいよ。お帰りなさいな現実に。都合のいい時だけ私たちを呼び出してお友達ごっこで、自分の手を汚す覚悟もないくせにそれをけしかけ、ダメと分かったら否定して消し去る。どうぞお楽しみくださいよ。エンジェ様が期待されるような苦悶の声と悲鳴を上げて退場しますとも。エンジェ様がたった今浴びせられている罵声を私たちにも同じように浴びせかけて胸の内をスーッとさせるのいいです。それもまた家具の役目。ムカついて床に叩きつけられることもまた椅子の大事なお役目ですから。
Oh my god, my desk. I'm sorry, my desk. I'm sorry.
その程度のことで主の不機嫌を一時でも受け止められたなら、
no. I'm sorry, my desk.
家具としてこれほどの栄誉はありません。
I'll hit myself next time.
殺しなさいよ。否定しなさいよ。あなたの最初で最後の友達を。
Ooh. At the end, Mammon had a mocking expression on her face. For some reason, it would look splashed with tears. Mammon, Beelzebub, and Asmodeus was smashed and fell to the floor. We're going to do the same for Maria and Saktaru next.
こっちへおいでサク太郎。今のエンジェは少し冷静じゃないだけ。
Maria is trying to protect Saktaru.
だから近寄っちゃダメだよ。みんなは、7姉妹のみんなは生きてるの？死んじゃったの？大丈夫だよ。とても無残な姿だけど、あれは人間界を強制退去させられて残されたよりしろの残滓。抜け殻だよ。だから大丈夫。とても傷ついただろうけど、無事だよ。みんな生きてるよ。きっといつか、また会えるよ。ウリュ、よかった。よかった。エンジェは、マリアージュ・ソルシエールの条約に違反した。同盟の魔女は、お互いを敬い、認め合わなくちゃならないのに。みんなエンジェの大切な、お友達だったのに。
そんな魔女の同盟なんて関係ない。魔法のお友達？いい加減にして。私が殺したわ。消し去った。私が7姉妹を砕け散らせた。
ウリュ、そんなのひどいよ。ひどいよ。
もう魔女ごっこはいい加減にして。お願いだから、マリアお姉ちゃんもサクタロも自ら消えてほしい。私が殺して消したなんて妄想の中ですらしたくないから。
僕たちは妄想なんかじゃないよ。エンジェのお友達だよ。ウリュ。
Saktaru said that as he hid behind Maria Nechan, sobbing. Saktaru doesn't exist. Saktaru is also an imaginary creature Nechan created to distract herself from her loneliness.
ウリュ。痛い。
Ooh.
痛いよ。マリア。なんでウリュ。ウリュ。やめて。私のお友達を否定することだけは許さない。
Same power that had smashed the Seven Sisters was probably eating into Saktaru as well. But Maria Nechan was apparently protecting him with some other power. So Saktaru's form didn't break and scatter. Nechan glared at me sharply. It was a serious expression that I'd never seen before.
サクタロは私の家具。エンジェには消せないよ。なのに、否定しようとするのは魔女にとって最大級の侮蔑も同じだよ。
サクタロなんて最初から存在しないわ。ただのライオンのぬいぐるみ。それをお姉ちゃんがあたかも存在するかのように脳内で妄想して人格化したただの幻なのよ。
そんなことないよ。
Ooh.
サクタロはマリアのお友達なの。元はぬいぐるみだけど今はぬいぐるみじゃないの。
いいえ、ぬいぐるみだわ。
Ooh.
布と綿でできたぬいぐるみ。
Oh my
自ら
god.
喋れも動きもしない。お姉ちゃんはそれを腹話術みたいにして喋ってるだけじゃない。それが魔法？それが魔女？それが友達？そんなの私は認めないわ。
ウリュ、僕じゃないの。僕はただのぬいぐるみで本当は喋れなくてマリアのお友達じゃないの。
Oof. As though struck with violent fever, Saktaro weakened bit by bit. As he clung to Onechan's body, he did all he could to continue standing. But his body began to gradually slip down. As it did, Onechan held him, yelling at me as tears streamed down her face.
やめて。魔法の毒でサクタロを焼かないで。いじめないで。侮辱しないで。否定しないで。
Oh,
マリアお姉ちゃん変なの。サクタロなんかいないよ。
this episode's so heavy.
ぬいぐるみだもん。布と綿でできてるってママに習ったもん。歩いたり喋ったりなんか
This is
で
Ange.
きるわけないよ。
Oh, when she was younger.
ウリュ。サクタロサクタロぬいぐるみじゃないもん。ぬいぐるみじゃないもん。友達だもん。
Oh my god, Angie.
ぬいぐるみ遊びなんかよりみんなでお外で遊ぶ方がいい。ぬいぐるみもう飽きた。返事なんかもう知らない。なんでそんなこと言うの。嫌い嫌い嫌い嫌い嫌い。大嫌い。絶
Oh.
好だ絶好だ。もう魔女の仲間になんか入れてあげない。原初の魔女見習いマリアの名において魔女見習いエンジェをマリアージュ・ソルシエール魔女同盟より署名とする。
And that's just a made-up group that Maria did to include Angie. Is that it? And then, what had been a peaceful days to me became a daydream and ended. By now, it's impossible to prove. No one can verify that it really was magic, or whether those really were my friends, or else nothing more than a daydream. I, the sole observer, concluded that they were a daydream. So that became the truth. Perhaps in the farther future, I'll observe it again. When that happens, maybe I'll acknowledge that it wasn't a dream. The seven sisters really were my friends, and that along with Maria Nation and Saktaro. They did everything they could for me in my isolation. Something so vague is neither the truth nor an illusion. If the reality here and now is the only world with the real me, where is the real me? The person standing amidst the girls' exposed wreckage resemble broken glass sculptures. That girl who's breathing harshly, her shoulders heaving, isn't me. I'm over there. The me that's surrounded by a crowd and being showered by jeers, and who is hanging her head, her eyes red. Isn't the me over there the real me? I won't dream anymore, because there's nowhere left to run. I'm going back. I'll return myself to the cage made of flesh.
ねえ、話聞こえてますかしら。いつまでもうつむいていても何の解決にもなりませんわよ。
聞こえてるわ。
ああ、やっと返事した。このまま黙ってれば終わるとか、泣けば許してもらえるとか、そういうこと考えてるんじゃないの？あんた、自覚ある
かって聞いてるのよ。
Just go Shion on all of them right now. Come on. Just do a Shion.
自分が周りに迷惑かけてるって自覚があるのかって聞いてんのよ。
I slowly nodded. I acknowledged it. I acknowledged that I had slipped into the world of my daydream, trying to remain separate from the others in my class. To separate myself and disgrace those sisters who spoke of me with reliable and kind words. Despite being totally unable to help, I really wanted them to. I acknowledged that.
私、後宮エンジェは協調性がなくて
Oh my god, this is so heavy.
それは勉強ができないためクラスメート全体に対し過度の劣等感を持っていたからに他なりません。私は生きてても仕方ありません。
Oh my god. Starting there, I was no longer reading the paragraph that they made me write. It was me improvising. And it was what it was in my heart. They noticed that it wasn't what they anticipated. But while they did frown, no one spoke. So I continued.
そうです。私は生きてても仕方がなかった。1986年のあの日に私も連れて行ってもらうはずだったんです。なのに私だけが連れて行ってもらえなかった。
Oh my god.
そして私はここにいるのでしょう。ここは私のいる世界じゃない。誰も助けてくれません。一時私の中に生まれた架空の友人たちだけが私を助けてくれるような気がしていました。でも友人たちは所詮は妄想で助けてなどくれなかった。だってここは妄想の世界じゃなくて現実の世界だから。だからつまり私は今日までずっと白チュームを見続けてきたわけです。現実のクラスメートを嫌い、妄想の友人たちとの交流の中だけに生きた。その友人たちとはさっき決別しました。だから私がここにいます。家族もいません。友人も捨てました。もう私には何も残っていません。どうして死なないの？さっきそう聞いた人がいました。その通りだと思います。どうして私は生きてるんでしょう。1986年に私は死んでいるはずだったんです。いえ、きっと死んだんです。なのに私の殺された魂は未だにこの肉の檻に閉じ込められている。だから誰かに求めよう。それに誰も答えてくれないなら自分でしよう。誰か私を死なせてください。
Oh god. Oh god. Damn. Fuck. I spoke that sentence and looked around. Dumbfounded girls. Shocked girls. Girls whose faces seemed to be saying, "What the heck is this kid talking about?" And a bit late, more and more girls with faces that said, "Is this girl alright?" Whisper. Chatter. And then giggle. I ordered the friends in my daydream to kill. They couldn't do it. And so, I asked the real humans to kill me. But of course, these girls can't do it either. In other words, both daydreams and reality are the same. Doesn't this mean that, including this world, absolutely everything is a daydream? And there's no problem, right? After all, on that day when I lost my family, I was already dead. Everything that happened afterwards is going on in my head, my life flashing before my eyes after I failed to die. Once I understood that, it felt like the scenery surrounding me began to twist and bend slightly. Yeah, finally wake up. I'll be released from this daydream world. I feel my consciousness sliding away. That's right. fade farther and farther away and take me to my family. And no matter what happens in this twisted, stale world, I won't mind it at all. I saw the crowd get pushed aside as the teacher stepped in. Perhaps the teacher doing the rounds happened to notice a strange disturbance. The teacher was vigorously shouting something, moving to protect me. Now you do something. Oh my god, this fucking school, man. Watching that, I knew that an ally had appeared for me, if there was only one. And I felt my awareness return very slightly. The only ones who can save me in the world of reality are real humans. Never again will I seek rescue from daydreams. This is the world of humans. Nothing can save a human except other humans.
そうだね。エンジェがそう思ったなら、それがエンジェの世界。エンジェはこれで幸せになれる？エンジェがそれでしか幸せになれないと信じたなら、もうそれしかない。カゴの中にいる青い鳥をそうだと認められないなら、どこまでも探しに行かざるを得ない。ウリュウ、マリアとエンジェはもう絶好なの？絶好なんかじゃないよ。エンジェがそれを求めたからそうしただけ。私たち魔女は時に迫害を受けるけれども、でも常にみんなの身近にある。そしてきっとその助けを求められる。エンジェもまた僕たちと遊んでくれる日が来る？来ないでそのまま忘れてしまうこともあるかもしれない。人の世ではそれを成長や決別と呼ぶから。でも
That was very heavy. If Angie just remembers, we'll always be by her side. Until then, we'll be waiting. Oh my god. Okay, let's go to the characters. Top. Just straight up to the top. Ange is tied with Beatrice as the top character for this entire thing. I'm sorry. She's just that good of a character. She's introduced in one episode and she's already the best character. It's fucking insane. Oh my god. And with this music. Burn Castell, S rank plus, and now Lambdadelta as well. Lambdadelta is tying with Battler. So it's a three-way tie between Battler, Maria, and Lambdadelta. That's the best characters. Saktaro, beginning of A rank, but Mammon shut up. She's an A rank, above Saktaro. The whole sister gang, the whole sister squad is on A rank right now. Man, it must be my emotions, but still. Ange, man. Oh my god. She's so good. It's unbelievable. She surpassed her brother to become my favorite character. Favorite protagonist. As of right now. Still think that she's going the self-sacrifice route. It's all building up to it, and I'm so fucking... this is so bad. I'm getting so invested. I think that's it. Thanks for watching.